Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Jones Flagship. This board features Jones's directional cam rocker, so you get more rocker in the nose, camber section through the insert pack with rocker on the tail. What this is going to do is give you the snap, pop, and drive of traditional camber right underfoot, but you're going to get that ease of entry in and out of turns from that rocker zone, as well as more optimal powder float. This board is available in 151, 154, 158, 159 wide, 161, 162 wide, 164, 165 wide, 167, 169 wide, and 172. I rode this board at Arapahoe Basin on an overcast, snowing day. The snow was heavy and wet. There was humidity in the air. It was slightly warmer temps. The visibility was kind of crap. Underneath that snow that had fallen was just ice, chunder, frozen corduroy, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. The overall flex of this board comes just past middle of the road freeride flex, and I mean just past, so it's not crazy stiff, but it is a directional stiffness. So you do get softer nose, progressively stiffening back up to the tail with a moderate amount of torsional flex. Now, at high speeds on groomers, you do get some chatter and it does resonate back underfoot. In rutted out terrain, you can get bucked around, so just keep your knees bent and be aware that you're not always going to be able to plow through everything. It does have its limitations, but for the most part, this board is smooth and stable. You do get tiny amounts of chatter under the feet, not a big thing. Almost every board like this will get that. There is snap in this board, and you get that by loading up your camber zone, rolling back right onto the tail where that rocker point is, and activating it. When you do that, you get a pleasant amount of pop. It's not mind-blowing, but it's very predictable. You understand what you're going to get. You can launch a side hit, send a roller, pop over something in your path, go off a rock drop. You know, these are the types of things that make it predictable. It's easy to engage the camber section, although for some of you lighter weight riders or people that are weekend warriors that skip leg day, it might be a workout for you. If you are going to butter on this board, I do recommend doing it in fresh snow. It just makes it easier. The nose is the optimal spot. You've just got this big rocker section, the 3D shaping, the softer flex. You can get your weight out over it. It locks in. It still has rebound and snap out of it. It doesn't truthfully fight you. There's just more like this retention that you notice is there, and then it'll spring you out. With the tail, it takes a little bit more effort. You don't have to manhandle it. It's not one of these boards that's overwhelming. You can sit on the tail if you want to, just do one of those wheelies that I see all of you doing, but preferably you should be learning how to pop into a tail butter, going sideways, locking it in, swivel back around, pop out. Then again, it's a freeride board, you're probably not going to do that. This board is great at carving. The edge-to-edge transmission is fluid and smooth. It's very nimble. You notice that you do steer it more under the front foot, which you do have a contact point there, so that makes sense. That's how it engages, and as you engage that front foot, you end up slightly disengaging from outside through the insert pack to steering more inside through the tail on this board, especially if you're doing a deeper, tighter carve. Overall, it's one of those boards that you can ankle steer when you absolutely need to. You don't have to worry about it. It feels locked in. You never feel like it's going to just kick out. And as I said, it's fluid and smooth throughout the turns. Now, whether you're doing short, tight, quick turns, long, hard, deep, drawn out carves, or even laying it over on edge and doing a Euro carve, this board's a blast to turn on. Don't hesitate to take it up to 88 miles an hour, throw it down on its side, open up that flux capacitor, and take it into the future. So who's this board for? The freeride guy that wants a board that can handle all conditions and rails a turn. It's been a while since I rode the Flagship, so getting on the new one that has the 3D shaping in there is nice. It transitions smoothly from edge to edge. It's a little bit more fluid. It floats well in powder. It just funnels everything out. It's not a domineering board by any means. You don't have to bring your A game. You can bring your B game and it'll just be fine. It handles just about everything you put in front of it. It's a stable, smooth ride to a point, which is great, unless you're like just straight riding death cookies of ice and chunder and rutted out moguls of doom. Then, you know, it might not be the smoothest thing out there. Once again, I mean, the Flagship, there's a reason it's called the Flagship, and that's because this is a solid board from Jones, and you should be checking it out. Comparable boards, the Ride Wildlife. the Arbor Crosscut, the Nitro Super Team. Binding recommendations: the Jones Mercury, the Ride C8, the Union Atlas. This has been my review of the Jones Flagship. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications, that way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to see us expand, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.